Good afternoon, everybody. It is Wednesday and it is going just about to hit 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it's been pouring all day. So usually I bring Mr. 14 here to stay the night and do his BMX because it was raining all night and raining all day. I didn't bring him and now the clouds are lifting, so he's not going to be a happy boy when I drive home, which is about an hour away. But anyway, my shed is just terrible. I brought some more boxes over. By the time I finish bringing the rest of the boxes over to this shed, why am I doing that? Because if you know me, you know the story. I've got to bring all my stuff from my old shed here because we've got to bring our furniture from up north to that other shed because it's hard to find sheds, big size sheds. So I brought some more. So by the time, ADD, by the time I finish filling the shed, it's going to be right up here to the door. I'm not even going to be able to sit here, I don't think. Oh, my life is what I say every day. But anyway, my life is better than many other people's. Some awful things happening in the world. But for those who don't know me, I'm Nelly, and I am also not only a reseller of all sorts of things I go treasure hunting for. I go treasure hunting with my Equinox 800, as most of you know, and I love doing it. I'm running out of spots. I've been going to some of the same spots I've been to before, finding nothing, so I've got no video to share. So when I find a 5-cent piece or a bottle cap, that's all you're going to get. So that's about it lately, and plus I haven't been able to get out much. Talk about that after. We'll get stuck into what's sold, then I'll share my news, and then I'll show you the things I bought because, you know, I come here every week and I go to my 3 favourite op shops. The only 3 I go to, even though it's about, how many op shops are in town? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over south. I only go to 2, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, this side of town. And I only go to 1 all the time. Sometimes I drop into Vinnie's, but I don't go to Lifeline here because it's always trash, expensive. And yeah, the other shop I just don't go into much either. It's very conservative. Was I say conservative? I don't know, just the clothing there is all sort of older ladies sort of stuff, the way I designed it, and the prices are a bit high. But anyway, we're going to get stuck into what's sold. Got some guy going past. So just to get that out of the way, it has been, and we have a look. Thought last week was bad, but I've been hearing a lot of people's are bad, so I'm still selling stuff. Mind you, I think my problem is my work brain's not in gear. I just haven't got, if I had to rely on this, we'd be all starving. Fortunately, I've got my husband's pension, etc. to live on, but I've got to get this up because I want to get to a point where I don't want to have anything to do with Centrelink, and that was my issue right from the beginning. That was my plan right from the beginning, to never have to be able to be in a position that I didn't have to deal with Centrelink at all, and it's just not working out that way. My sales are just dipped so badly, and I know it's happening to a lot of other people too, and it sucks. It really sucks. So if you're thinking about being an eBay or a reseller, because I'm thinking about maybe putting some stuff on Etsy just to give it a go, just don't quit your job. Just don't quit your job. Just keep going until you hit, you know, regular $1,000, $500 to $1,000 a week for a while. Anyway, we're going to get started in a second, and just waiting for people to go past because I can't talk if people are going past. Okay, there we go. For those who don't hear the Australian male tradie sort of accent, that was it. All right, guys, we'll get stuck into it. We got the Veronica Main dress that you saw last week. I might actually, when I get into this a little bit more, I'll pull out some of the stuff that I've sold so I can show you. But the Veronica Main ones was that red one I showed you last week in the video. If you haven't seen it, you have to go back to last Wednesday to have a look. Sold it for $45. Only paid $1. I probably didn't even pay $1 for it, maybe $1, because I got a whole heap of clothes from my favourite op shop, and they sell it as in a bag rather than individually. So I made $40 on that dress, and I only had it for a couple of days listed, and it sold. So that Veronica Main dress. Veronica Main is probably a good brand to look out for, guys. Exchange jeans, I didn't get much for. I had them for quite a while. Now, the Veronica Main wasn't, but these 2 here that I'm going to speak about, actually 3 of them I'm going to show you now, were all on the 40% off. Exchange jeans, I only made $8.51 on them, so, you know, anyway, actually, do I have? No, I already posted those. And the Stitches dress also. Vintage dress I've had for a very, very long time. Probably a couple of years. I don't even know where I got it. I don't even know if it was one of my old stash. I don't know. But anyway, $21.57 they paid. I made $15.22 because I paid about $4 for it. Now, I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to grab the few items I can show you now. so that you can see them physically, so you don't have to see the pictures, and then we'll go into the rest of it. Well, it's only 10 minutes later. It's a miracle. This is what I couldn't find. It's a milestone dish that I got. Now I'll put everything on top of everything else. It's a milestone dish. They are collectible. This I picked up for about $1 at an op shop. I can't remember which op shop, but I sold it for 20. I think I took an offer of 20. Very pretty. Sits like that. All that stuff in it. Made $14.28 for that. I can't believe it. It took me a little while to find it. I had a feeling where it was, but all those boxes there, yeah, I have to go through them and find it, but I found it. Thank goodness, because that's the area it takes me the longest, and that's where everything gets lost. But I don't know why that wasn't unlisted, because everything else in that section I've unlisted it all. So that one escaped. Must have known it was going to get sold soon. Okay, so we sold that. The boom shanker dress, which I only got a couple of weeks ago, you would have seen that if you watch me regularly. These boom shanker dresses, they've got a vintage vibe to it. I love them. This went in as a the only thing wrong with these is there's no inner pockets, because I love my inner pockets. When I make my own dresses in the future, when I get my sewing stuff back together, I'm doing loose under the arm sleeves, because us girls need that, and I'm doing pockets in everything I make. But this only sold for $17.37 because it went on the 40% off sale, and I made $11.27, so I didn't make much, but you know what, I got my money back and I made a profit of over 10, so that's good. The Queen, the label, I did a little bit better with her because she wasn't actually on the 40% off. I don't know how she missed it, but she did, thankfully. The Queen, the label dress, and Queen, the label, Constance Hall, she does that label. Most of you probably know her. If you don't, well, look her up. $4 bought it for. $18.40 I made on that one. That was a good one. Her stuff's quite nice. What else? The suede jacket. Suede jacket here was on the 40% off as well, which is a bummer, but it's gone now. $28.80, and I made $17.87 profit. I think I only paid for. I might have made $18 profit. Anyway, I made over $15 profit on that one, so I'm happy with that. So I can't remember where I got it, how much I paid. I wouldn't have paid much for it. No more than $5. I doubt it was that much anyway. So hang on, I'll shift all that. And would I have kept it probably, because I love that 70s look, but it's too small for me. All right. What else? Okay. I'm going to show you something that is actually going on next week's order, but I'm going to show you today because it's going to get sent today. I sold all this mixed lot of jewellery. Now this little section in there, which you can't really see, it's all broken bits which I've thrown in together into the bundle, because I don't want to have to deal with, I've already got enough broken bits, I don't have to deal with any more. But the person bought all this stuff here, all these jewellery pieces. This is why I like finding all the junk jewellery. I'm finding lately that when I bundle my jewellery up together, I sell it better than when I'm doing it individually, so I'm doing a lot more bundling. I had $140 on the whole lot originally, and I ended up taking an offer of $120. I probably, if at the max, I would have paid $10 for all this, probably, because a lot of this was out of my 50-cent bundles. I made $101.18. I needed that sale so badly this week. Okay. Now this item I'm not adding to my final score today, but I'm going to show you so you can see it in the flesh. This is Christian Dior necklace. Now this is why I want you, if you're going to go find jewellery, and if you're going to get bundles of jewellery and you think it looks junk, like that to me didn't look like anything. It's like, yeah, a chain, it's got a little bit of tarnishing on it. You know, I put that in the listing, it's got tarnish on some spots, blah, blah, blah. But what I did look, and I always do, is I check the links. And when you see a little signature like that, it took me a while to see it. I had to get the kids to help me because it's so tiny. But it's actually Christian Dior necklace. Very collectible. Possibly could have got more, but I have had it listed for a good 6 to 8 months. I've had a lot of people looking at it. I think I had a really low offer at one time. I didn't take it, but people collect them. So because it's Christian Dior, $250 I made. I sold that for, but that will go on next week's. You'll hear me say that about that again, but now you've seen it up close and personal. That's it there. It's got the Christian Dior linky thingies. I hope they're happy with it. I don't want to have any returns. Not that type of money, no. I just don't. The Pandora necklace was bad enough. So that was it. That's all I sold. Hardly anything this week. It was pretty bad. But the total cost of me paying for all those items out of my own pocket was $33, which I got back when I sold it all anyway. But $293 was what it sold on eBay. $34 of fees. Most items, it was between, actually, Victoria won, but New South Wales and WA were right behind. So yeah, it was just a little bit of a mixture this week. And my final total, all I took home, and you've got to remember, I've got to take out of this my rent and some fuel and $226.82. But I can't complain. I'm still making money, and that's the most important thing. My problem is I've got to get my brain into gear. I think when I was living here, I was in here all the time. I think I was overdoing everything. I was making it my life to get it done, and I was doing really well with it financially, but my brain and my family weren't getting as much of my attention as what they should have. So when we all moved away, it's sort of like everything just flopped, and I think that's where a lot of my mental brain power dissolved, and I've got to get myself back into the listing arena. Home news. Okay, home news. House sale fell through. The other people that were looking at it because they wanted the big shed because of the RV. They wanted to put their RV in it, but their RV won't fit, and that's why we couldn't put our bus in it, because our bus is too big for our shed as well. So we're back to square one again, trying to find someone to buy it, and fingers crossed that happens soon, because it's getting to me. I need it gone. I need it gone because we've just had to pay another $800 for a new switch on the septic tank thingy, another $400 internal work for some PowerPoints and stuff. That, yeah, it's just like, and the insurance, everything. So I just need it gone so I can actually then stop thinking about that, get all my stuff down from the shed up there, because what I've got in there I probably won't have to op shop for a long time. Will I probably do it? Probably, but I'm finding myself not going as much as I was. I'm actually being good. It's only when I come to Grafton I definitely go, but yeah, I am being a lot more careful when I go do op shopping most of the time. Sometimes I just buy silly stuff still because I just do that. But anyway, before I start packing all this stuff up, I've got a post. I'm going to show you what I got this morning. What else do I have to do? Oh, yeah, my husband. I'm basically his carer. On Saturday morning, he was fine. He's fit, actually moving around quite well, you know, other than his normal issues. And he went downstairs to put something in the bin, and his back went into a spasm. He has soft tissue damage. It's nothing to do with bones. It's soft tissue damage, and it's a spot in his back, and it just locks up. And when it locked up, his legs just went on him. He's got no strength. So I didn't hear it happening. I was lying in bed with my earphone in, which I rarely do on a Saturday morning. I'm usually up and at it, but it was just one of those days where I thought, you know what, I just don't feel like peopling or adulting or anything today. So I had my earplug in listening to stuff, and it had happened just outside my window. Anyway, he comes inside and he says, "Didn't you hear me out there?" I said, "No." He says, "Oh, Hunter did. Mr. 14 did. He came out and helped me. He went and got my walking stick and blah, blah, blah." He could hardly walk up the steps. I don't know how he got up the steps, because about 3 hours later, because I'd said to him a couple of times, "You want to go up to the hospital?" Finally he goes, "Oh, I'll see how I am tomorrow." But anyway, finally he said, "Yeah, I think you're better." And I said, "Well, do you want me to help you out?" He says, "I don't know if you're going to be able to help me weight-wise. If I collapse, you're not going to be able to help me get up." So I had to call one of his friends to come and get him, and he ended up taking him into the thing, and they ended up giving him an injection and some very high painkillers, and he ended up staying at his friend's place for the 2 nights, because they've got a really nice comfy bed and a TV right there and the toilet right there, so he can get out easy. Because when you get out of our bed, there's only about probably maybe that much space, so he swings himself over there and then gets out. And when his back's like that, he can't. Anyway, I brought him home on Monday and took him to physio, and the physio sort of helped pull out the knot in his back. But he's a little bit better today, but now he's got this chest infection again. I'm really, like, I was just telling one of my friends, you know who you are, I'm shattered. Like, I'm so tired, because if it's not twitching or snoring or coughing, air conditioned noise, I'm one of those people that needs quiet. Like, no, I don't know how people can sleep with sound around them. I just can't. I've got my earplug. It's one of those like earplugs that, you know, the ones we listen with all the time, the earbud things. But it's an old one of mine. I actually have, it's plastic, so I haven't jammed in my ear. And sometimes it gets painful, just to sort of numb out just to block out some of the noise. But last night he was up eating. He'd slept all afternoon while I was doing dinner and all the rest of it, because I'm just doing everything. Like, he usually takes over the dinner, so I'm doing it all. It's nothing much different other than me doing dinner. And he's snoozing while I'm cooking dinner. Got to dinner and he's snoozing again. And then when I'm ready for bed, I had Mr. 11 in my bed, and then Mr. So I sat in the car for a while, and when I came in to go to sleep, he was up there eating, like the lights on. He's munching away at my lollies that I'd hidden. So I went back to the car for a while. I got back into bed. He's still farting around, like he's wide awake now, and I am so tired. So it was 1 o'clock before I actually got to sleep. I'm really knackered. I probably don't look knackered today. I'm trying to sort of, put my makeup on, but oh God, I'm so tired. So yeah, he's just a terrible person to sleep with. Twitching, coughing, snorting. When he gets into bed, he just bounces, like he just plops himself down. He doesn't get in and out nice and quietly. I'm going to stop whinging now. You get it. You girls get it. And if you guys have snoring wives, you understand. Now, I'm going to hurry up with this because I think my video is going to block out again. So, what did I get today? Well, I went to Hope and I ended up getting this. Now, I don't usually buy plushies at all because they annoy me. Didn't realise it had $2. I probably wouldn't have bought it if I had seen that. But it's a Jim Henson's pajaminals. That's animals, yeah, pajanimals, and they sell really well. I was surprised, so I got that, but it cost me $2, and I got a few things. Now that shop there is really good because a lot of their stuff's only $2 at the moment. So I ended up getting these really grotesque. Is it a skirt? No, it's not. It's culottes, like it's pants. They're so out there. The reason I got drawn to them because they looked so 80s. Maybe they are, but I don't think they are. But they're a Gorman, so Gorman's written there. I talked to you recently about getting Gorman clothing because they can go for decent money. So I got them to see if anyone out there likes the 80s sort of look. I have got all that stuff I got last week. I haven't even listed it. I just haven't had the energy, and I've got a heap of stuff I've already got drafted. I haven't taken photos of. This is how bad my brain has been work-wise. I've got to get back into gear and go, this is a job. I've got to get in and do it. Pretend I'm being paid by somebody else and get in and do it. It's just really awkward because I'm doing a lot of photography on the grass outside, and it's just, yeah, I've got to stop complaining and just get in, don't I? Okay, I ended up getting this jacket. Now, I don't normally buy these sort of ladies jackets, but it's a size 16 and it's very classy. And I really want to get into upcycling, and I thought, well, even if it doesn't sell, I can upcycle that into something else later on. So I have an idea in mind with that, so that might be something I do, but it's only $2. I'm going to press pause for a sec because he's coming back. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I ended up getting this. Now this is only a Shein, so it's nothing fancy, but I thought one of my girls might like it. All lace, Shein label jacket. Whether Miss 16 likes it or Miss 22 likes it, I don't know, but I ended up getting it for $2. Didn't matter. I got this shirt. I've got a 12-year-old who is such a boy. Like, he's the boyiest boy you can possibly. He loves pink, so I ended up getting this for him to grow into if I don't sell it in between. But yeah, it's really pretty pink Hawaiian, and yeah, so that's why I got it for him. It's a brand new for $2. It's a brand new Lowe's kids wear. The size 16, probably won't fit in for a while, but I might end up selling it, who knows. And then finally, from that shop, so I think everything cost me $18 all up there. I saw these boots. Oh, wish they had fit me. They're so cool. They're only a Ruby brand, which is R-U-B-I. And I think they will fit Miss 16 if she likes them, or Miss 22. They've both got similar shoe size. So one of those girls out of those two will probably want them, maybe, and if they don't, I'll probably end up selling them on. Okay, so that's what we went there, and then we went around to my favourite op shop. I'll do my favourite op shop last. I can't remember what I got there. I think I've got a heap of stuff. We'll go to Salvo's now. No, we're not going to Salvo's yet. We're going back to Helicopter. Oh, there was coming back. I got an NEUW brand, and they're pretty good. This is a 2009 pair. Jeans. Now they apparently sell quite well. I did a quick comp check and they actually do sell quite well, and that was it from there. So then I went to my favourite, which I'll show you in a minute. Then I went to Salvo's. Salvo's didn't have a great deal of anything that made me really excited and jump up and down for joy, but they did have, oh yes, they did actually have one thing. Where is that? I don't know, I think it's in the car, I'll grab it. I got this dress. Now, usually, probably I wouldn't. It is Divine, but I checked the brand, which is Divine Avenue, and they sell for nice money. Now, it's a nice layered tiered dress, lace, size 18, so it should be able to sell quite well. And also this black. I got this only because it gave me that Wednesday vibe. If you've watched the movie, the TV series, it's so pretty. And it's also got a very vintagey sort of cut to it. So I ended up getting that. It has no brand label on it, so I just got it anyway. I just found something else I got from Helicopter. I'll show you as well, which you're going to laugh at when you see it. I got it because the other day I was thinking, I really would love to get, I don't know if any of you boomers remember back in the day when they used to do the cartoon clothes and newsprinty type clothes. I was thinking the other day, I'd love to make some newsprint type, you know, jackets and stuff, or pants or whatever. Anyway, they had this really ugly style dress in the op shop. I really don't like the style of it, but I absolutely love the print. So I'm thinking, if I can, I'm going to see if I can get it turned into a shirt or something like that. So this guy thinks I'm weird talking to myself. I shouldn't worry about what other people think. That's right. So yeah, I've got that loose print dress from the other shop as well for $2. Okay, I'm going to quickly grab the thing in the car I want to show you. So I was cruising the book section, and you know, I'm saying to myself, you're not buying any more books, you've got too many books and they're all unlisted, you don't need any more books. And I know that, but I can't, my body just sort of automatically goes to the book section. But I'm glad I did today, because there's this lot here, and this bag sitting on the shelf like that. And I went, oh, what's that? Superflex. What the heck, Superflex? If you know, it might be some sort of comic. Well, I left it there and I walked around the corner and did a quick Google. I didn't. I looked at comp. That's what I did. Not a Google, a comp check. And this book was going for around $40 on its own, $48 on its own, something like that. I'll pop it up here. On its own, plus USA postage just by itself. I haven't even opened it. Let's have a look together. And there's another one. And there's another one. And then there's another one. And there's 1, 2, 3, plus 4, which is a curriculum thingy, plus that. So hopefully they will bring me some money. But I've got to get them listed to do that, don't I? So I'm going to say to you, I'm going to have these listed by the weekend, or by Sunday, okay? So I hope to have them all listed. No, I'm going to have them all listed by Sunday, and hopefully we'll be able to sell them on. So that, after that, getting no privacy today. Okay, so I've done that. Okay, so I've done sell those. So we're going back to Hope now. I'm going to press stop and come back. Coming back just in case my thing goes off because I'm running out of space. I got the kids this. They love wrestling stuff, so I ended up getting the kids the DVDs to watch from 2004. Cost me 50 cents if that. I got this little, you know, one of those. Yeah, I got that. It's just a wall plaque, so I thought it was really cool. It's very vintage, sort of that tin stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Got that, and I've got a heap of clothes, like this whole bag of clothes. Now I only paid $5, bar that, I'll pay that later because I decided to go back and get it. But all this stuff cost me $5, guys. I've got a bag full of lace. I've been buying lace, you haven't seen that, but I bought a heap of vintage lace from Yamba the other day. But yeah, lace is great for making stuff. But all this, all that, and all these dresses for $5. So I'm going to either make money, or I'm not, but I think I will. I just want one item is all I've got to sell. Now apparently a whole lot of this stuff just came in. This is a Mombasa Rose, and then Mombasa Rose is quite a good brand to look out for. What size is it? Is it my size? No, it's XXL. My sister might even like it. I don't know. Her daughter might like it. I'll show them first. That's a beautiful dress. I end up grabbing this only because it's got a vintage vibe to it, and you all know who know me well know I love my vintage. It's a Lorraine label, which I don't know anything about, but I just got it because it's got a vintage style to it. It's got little pockets and everything at the front, so I grabbed that. And plus I grabbed it because I know I'm not going to pay much at this shop anyway, so it doesn't hurt. I could have grabbed 10 more things. It probably would have only cost me that as well. Now this is only a Carolyn Morgan. Now she was very popular. She still sees her stuff around a lot of times, boho stuff. But I got that one as well. Now if I only wore that colour, which I don't wear, I'd keep it if it was a different colour. But it's a beautiful long boho dress. Believe it or not, another pair of new jeans. But these ones have got have been cut off at the hem, so they might have to be turned into something else yet. We'll see. And lastly is this dress. Oh no, it wasn't this dress. It's a pair of. I've been wearing a pair of I've got a pair of these. These are Crossroads actually. It's a 16. It's probably too big, but I've got a pair of these all-in-ones. Now I'm not a big all-in-one person, so I like to go to the toilet fast. But I've been wearing this pair of Lily T pants, long. I think you've seen it in one of my videos last week. I had them on. Absolutely love them. They're so comfortable. They're not tight around the waist. You can be free. No constraints. But I ended up getting that as well because I thought it was really cute, and I'll see if it fits me or not. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. So I'm going to go now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it to the end, just say good luck, Nelly. That's all you got to say, because I need all I can get right now, because I don't want any more disasters or men hurting themselves or anything. I want my house sold. That's what I want so badly. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm waffling. I'll get all this packed, so I want to head home very soon. I've still got a few things to do in town. So take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment. Like is the most important. If I meant to say right at the beginning to subscribe, because people forget how important it is for us, because we go yes, and I've noticed my subbers have gone up. Thank you, everybody. I know not everyone's here to watch detecting, and everyone's here to watch the op shopping, but it's all in together, so choose what you want and enjoy. See you soon, guys. Bye.